we have 15 tips and tricks that I think all Photoshop users should know. Everything from quick photo effects to tips that'll make your life just that much easier. If you don't know who I am, I'm Abby Esparza, and I've been doing digital art for about 10 years now, so I've definitely picked up a trick or two. And all the resources featured today can be found over on Envato Elements, where you get unlimited downloads of graphics, photos, and fonts, all with super simple commercial licensing. Plus, a no lock-in contract means you can cancel anytime. Go ahead and subscribe now with the link down in the description. And we have 15 quick-fire tips to get to, so let's get started. Starting with selecting colors from anywhere. Stop screenshotting things just to grab colors from them. Instead, select the eyedropper tool, shrink Photoshop down a bit, click the dropper onto your canvas, and then drag anywhere outside of Photoshop. You can get the exact color you need from anywhere without having to use a third-party app or, like I said, any screenshotting nonsense. Extracting images with Blend If. You can use Blend If inside the Layer Style panel to remove solid white and black backgrounds. Hold down Shift and then slide the This Layer sliders to start blending away that background. I love using this on feathers, clouds, and fire. It'll give you a much more solid looking effect compared to layer modes like Screen. Copy layer styles quickly. Have a layer style you need to apply to several other layers. Hold down Alt or Option and drag the FX icon from the original layer to the target layers. The layer styles will be applied instantly, no need to remember settings. If you want to move the layer style but not copy it, just drag and drop without holding down Alt or Option. Warping text. There are tons of ways to warp, wrap, and bend text in Photoshop, but using the built-in warp text settings is by far the easiest. Go ahead and pick your initial style, and then adjust the bend and distortion. You can use the typical transform tools to further tweak things, of course, but these settings do the trick for a nice arch. Especially when you're in a hurry. The Blur Gallery. Still using Gaussian blur? Try Filter, Blur Gallery, Iris Blur instead for a much more realistic effect. Adjust the blur amount, add some bokeh to both light and color, and you can even place multiple focal points. There are also other blur styles to choose from, some that will better suit landscapes, others portraits, all providing that same in-camera out-of-focus effect. Create an easy RGB chromatic aberration effect. This is my favorite way to add a touch of chromatic aberration to text and images. Just duplicate your image, double-click the layer, and we're going to uncheck the R channel, and then move the layer over by 3 to 5 pixels using the arrow keys. You can change up the chromatic aberration colors just by flipping on and off the different channels. And the more you move the layer, the stronger the effect will become. And finally, this is just a layer, so you can add a layer mask and remove the effect from anywhere you don't want, like faces or maybe smaller text. Creating a smart object. Now, layers automatically become smart objects when brought into Photoshop, but you can turn any layer into a smart object just by right-clicking the layer and choosing Convert to Smart Object. Now, all filters applied to this layer will become a smart filter that you can then go back and edit anytime. The same thing goes for adjustments as well. Using smart objects is going to give you way more flexibility in your editing, but they can slow Photoshop down if you use too many. So you can always right-click Rasterize Layer once you know you're done editing that layer. Hide and unhide layers quickly. Now, if you ever want to focus on one layer but there's others in your way, all you have to do is hold down the Alt key and then click on the eyeball icon of the layer you want to isolate. When you hit Alt-click again, the other layers will switch right back on, and this is a great way to look at a single layer without the other layers distracting you. Create fast guides in Photoshop. Now, Photoshop loves giving us multiple ways to do everything, including placing guides. The quickest way to create a guide in Photoshop is just by clicking and dragging on the side rulers here. A top for vertical guides, and the side ruler for horizontal. If you don't see these rulers, you can pop those right in by hitting Ctrl R, and then hit Ctrl R again if you want to hide them. Give yourself more undo states. Ever wish you could have just one more undo? You can actually have up to 1,000. Good news. Go to Edit, Preferences, Performance to set your history states. I'd keep them at around 50 or lower, however. Too many history states can create a serious laggy Photoshop experience. Your computer will thank you. Create an instant rain texture. So of course, falling rain is a great way to add some drama to your images, but sometimes nature doesn't exactly agree with your plans, nor do we want to stand out in that rain. Make it rain yourself by creating a new layer filled with black, add some filter noise, and then a slanted filter, blur, motion blur. Finally, we can finish it off by setting that layer to screen and adding some contrast. Play around with these settings as they are what will determine how heavy this rain is going to look. I find this effect is nice for a very light sprinkle effect, however. Create custom brushes. Turn any black and white image into a custom brush. Once your image or object is grayscale, just crop it down as small as you possibly can, and then go to Edit, Define, Brush Preset. It'll show up in your brush panel, and from here you can apply even more settings, preferences, just to create a more dynamic feeling brush. And then you can save that brush by using this icon at the bottom of the brush settings panel. Refine and remove those annoying fringe edges. Is the quick selection tool not doing it for you, but you don't have time to exactly extract everything by hand? Once you have a quick selection around your subject, add a layer mask, and then click it. Then we're going to go right here and choose Select and Mask. Here you'll find the Refine Edge brush. But first we want to make sure Smart Radius is checked and change this to 2 to 4 pixels. I tend to go with 3. And then we just have to start brushing. Photoshop will refine the edge to near perfection most of the time. And once this is looking good, you can actually click Decontaminate Colors down here to remove any leftover fringe edges. Quickly change brush size and hardness. One of my most used shortcuts has to be using the square bracket keys to change my brush size. But you can also hold down Shift while tapping those bracket keys to change the brush's hardness real quick. All this without having to visit the brush panel constantly. A great way to add a fast vintage-inspired filter to any image is actually by using a curves adjustment layer. Go into the blue channel, bring up the shadows, and then lower the highlights. This will bring blues into those darker tones, and yellow into the lighter. You can also try this out on other color channels for different filter effects. And of course, you can mix the channels and add multiple different edits for some really nice cinematic color grades. And that's number 15, but if you still need more than that, why not check out some of the other awesome videos that Envato Tuts Plus has to offer. If you liked this video, consider giving us a like and even subscribing if you still need to. And remember to click the little bell icon to be notified of all new videos, including tips, tricks, and tutorials. Happy designing! See you next time.